Hi YouTube, Darth here. This is Over Your Shoulder, where I follow unsuspecting players and give what is usually unsolicited advice and commentary. Today's victim is Big Boss, a level 140 top tier player. Big Boss plays Rush almost exclusively, so his kills per minute and SPM stats are a bit higher than your typical player. However, it's not overinflated, as Big Boss is also one of the top armor players in the world, along with a number of other top tier stats. As I follow over Big Boss's shoulder today, I'll call out all the good things, bad things, and the things I might do differently. So let's take a look over Big Boss's shoulder. Alright, now let's see what we can do in an LAV when it's not populated by an idiot like it was in the previous round. Alright, what do we got here? 25mm HE shell, Zuni rockets, reactive armor, active protection, and thermal optics. Pretty much everything you want to wreck infantry. Getting super aggressive. Takes out one already. Takes two. Murder Town has begun. All the way pushed up to Bravo now. This is pretty much going to be an easy 2 plants. Looking out for the Suave, apparently. There's one down. Can we get 2? Managed just to blow that guy sky high. This is really a good angle to play here, because you got a clear route to back up when you're attacking with the LAV on this team and murdering everybody, apparently. And you have the cover of the staircase, so you're a little bit lower than usual, and you don't have to worry about C4 coming up on top of you because you're far enough away from the buildings here. Peeking that backside, nobody home. Probably going to be an easy plan here. Just need to keep up the pain on Bravo. Holy cow. How many? Is this like 10 already? 8. We've murdered 8 already. Making use of that. Only a little bit of damage caused. Getting a couple of laws now. Looks like the enemy team finally figured out what their biggest problem is. Running them down. Catch at least one back here. Can probably play out of bounds a little bit. The guy hiding back there with his SoFlame. Perfect timing on the APS right there. And so far, flawless victory. Looks like the enemy team has been completely pushed out Bravo, and we can continue pushing up. Now the enemy is going to have their own LAV in this next point, so we'll see how we deal with that with only Zunis to our name. So far, so good, though, I think. Wrecking their faces, and we haven't really had any reprisals whatsoever from the enemy team. Makes me kind of wonder what the average level of the enemy team is. And it looks like we're mostly going up, but there are some higher level folks there. This LAV on the enemy team is overplaying its hand a bit. And it's probably going to pay pretty mightily for it. So we got an assist there. I don't think that was on the LAV. Could have been. Don't see it on the big map anymore. Might have died. If that's the case, the enemy doesn't have much of a prayer as the steamroll continues. Dear God. And we are already pressed up on Alpha. And this enemy team is kind of in the middle of a rout right now, being led by some very aggressive LAV play. Speaking of very aggressive, we're currently at 12 hit points, so backing off. Good choice right now. Might want to get out and rep. It looks like we have at least 4 people coming to rep us, so huzzah, teamwork. Not going to be much downtime here. Switching back and forth between various modes, pressing all the buttons on the mouse. Looks like one enemy got bold, maybe a little bit too big for his britches. Goes up top. This is not going to save him for very long, and it goes down like a sack of potatoes. I could probably say something racist right there, but I stopped. It's currently a 17-0. We are not giving a crap about the enemy team now. Totally overplaying this. Misses out on any kills right there, it seems. The enemy team just fell over dead. Saved us the trouble. Super aggressive play here. I guess we're hoping there's no recons inside. It's shoved all the way in. Not a terrible play if you have enough infantry around to try and cover you, but you're always a surprise one waiting. Manages to roadkill one guy there. It looked like somebody was trying to play some C4 on him. Get another one. Just murder fest right now. He's on fire, folks. Almost literally. Nice perfect timing again on the APS. Just wrecking the enemy team. So far, no hope for them in the face of this LAV offensive. This guy's not paying attention whatsoever and gets completely glass floored on the enemy team here. It's like a small nuke has gone off. 23-0 now. Let's see if we can make this a perfect round. Managed to press up back here into their spawn. A little bit slower on the offensive now. The friendly teammates need to catch up with the LAV. A little bit of blinding action there. Not going to do much. That HE round being used to good effect. Getting them behind the pillars. This is kind of why I started preferring the HE round a little bit more lately than the anti-tank round. I used to prefer the anti-tank round quite a bit more. Simply because it had, if you could aim it dead on, it had just as much killing potential, but just the ability to hit guys behind a pillar is too much to give up, I think, on the HE round, so I tend to prefer that now these days. Sort of dried up the supply of enemies, it looks like. Oh, a few more have spawned. Not really paying much attention. Oh, nice toe. Let's see if they can follow it up. 22-14, this might be all she wrote on this. There it goes. Finally got a roadkill in the process, though, so nice run. Looks like we're going to go all LAV this round. No infantry for you. So, super aggressive play in the LAV. Backed off at a couple of important times and managed to keep the streak going. Finally got caught by their LAV driver late in the game. Looks like that's abandoned. Zuni rockets really not that great at long range, I gotta say. I usually prefer to knife fight range the armor that I'm trying to attack with the Zuni rockets. Usually the Zuni rockets just sort of give you away and tickle the enemy armor, or your armor if you're the target. See that there's at least a beacon back here. Kill that one. Doing a nice little flank operation here on the enemy team. Probably gonna come up with a couple kills here. I don't know what is going on with this thing over here. It's been burning forever. Getting back into the spawn areas again. Managed to blow up one there. Pushing that super hard, always being on top of the point pretty much as they get pushed up. Looks like we're going to make this one go fast. And here is at least one spawn. We can see we have a LAV rolling down the main road here, completely oblivious to the play that's happening over on this side. Working this angle right now. Finally, LAV wakes up. It's probably not going to be enough. Don't know what he's rocking right now. Clearly hasn't fired a toe if he has it. Nothing to worry about in that case. This is just a... There is no mercy for the enemy team right now. 30-1. Yeah. We're going to cut them off at the head here, and there's just no hope they're going to get back on either of those points. It's going to be all she wrote. Now it's just about farming up what we can get. This is pretty much a near ideal setup for a rush, if you're interested. The nice thing about using the HE instead of the flechettes is that you at least have some anti-armor power. Looks like they actually managed to get down there. And finally we've armed the last point. Just farming up these guys. See what we got going on here. The enemy team could get back on that. I'd probably worry a little bit less about this back end right now and try to push up on that point. You got a lot of tickets left though, so I mean, you can spend some time murdering these guys. There's 120 tickets left. If it becomes a problem, you can, you know, if it's around 40 tickets, you can always get a lot more aggressive on the actual point. For now, we're keeping this lane entirely shut down for the enemy team. Isn't too bad. You know, pick off all these guys. They're just trying to make a run over open terrain. Doesn't seem like it's working out for them too well. Here comes the tow missile. Manages to land one. Got an assist, counts as kill on that one. Maybe considering his options, backing off a bit here. Probably doesn't want to engage that tow missile too much. Now we're in sort of the range where you can make the Zunis work for you against armor. It's a little bit too obscured now. Fighting long range against... Nice. Fighting long range against a armored vehicle that has... catches that C4 guy there. Fighting long range against an armored vehicle that has tows and you have Zunis, it's generally not preferable, especially if you don't have reps, but in this case, his reps was able to make up the difference. And it looks like he's finally getting a little bit of attention from the enemy team here in the form of laws, but it's really going to be too little too late. And the murder just continues. Notices the dice camo there. Guy with his rocket sticking out. Probably could have made better use of it. Poor enemy team. Poor enemy team. So once again, there's not a whole ton to improve on here. Big Boss plays super aggressively and knows the routes to play on rush to get maximum effect. I might be a bit more careful when engaging enemy armor that has long range capacity. An IFV with Zunis versus an IFV with tows is going to come up in the tow player's favor most of the time. The key for the tow player is to continue firing their main rounds while the tow is in flight, something that Zuni players cannot do. That's it for this episode of Over Your Shoulder. If you'd like a chance of being featured in a future episode, be sure to contact me in one of the ways in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, YouTube.